Welcome to Poets from the Neighborhood. I am VeerajaR.
And I'm Bruce Jennings. We hope you like the poems we'll be reading today, poems written by your friends and neighbors. Our first poem is entitled A Way Through Hope, written by me. The hope of mind is thinking the impossible possible. When we hope for the impossible, we aren't waiting for a train that won't arrive. We're simply waiting in the wrong station. Ever since minds were first made up, they have said what is said, and they have decided who is embraced and who not. Even if what the mind says were not true, and whom the mind embraces were not there. Wanting to hold on to caring too desperately leads mind astray toward neglect almost every time. Like the tightening grip on sand makes it sift through the fingers more rapidly, in apparent obedience to the world. The not simply obeying mind often forsakes it, for fantasies spun to pierce ice, sky, forest, and sea so rapaciously.
The next poem, Brand New, by C.A. Williams. Where I have fallen, now I will stand, striving to become a better man. Where it was dark, now it is light. Where I gave up, now I try. Not to imitate or duplicate anyone else. I want to be better. This goodbye letter is written to my old self. Where I have failed, now I succeed, striving to become a better me. What I have dreamt, now I make real. Not emotional, this is just how I feel. Saying less complaints, giving more thanks. I do not want to be you. I am an individual, knowing anything is possible. I'm feeling brand new.
Our next poem is entitled The Cat or the Hat by Tom Wood. On the couch is a cat, or it could be my hat. With a stick I poke that and say, "What dat?" At first glance, it's a cat. No, wait, it's my hat. How could I mistake that? My hat is a fat cat. I know it's not a gnat. It's much bigger than that. From the view where I sat mused, it's not Leicester Flat. I see from the angle it looks like a curled up cat. Perchance if I gave it a pat, I'd be able to determine that. Mayhap a quick rat-a-tat-tat with a nudge of a baseball bat. But I should not do that, lest I smash it flat as a mat. I leave it to you to decide that whether it is a cat or my hat, you'll not think of me as a brat, or, like Cagney, say, "You dirty rat." Whichever you determine, that it certainly appears a cozy cat, but equally sure it's a winter hat. I'm really glad we had this chat.
I Sail Upon an Irish Sea by Franchesa Kirkpatrick. I toss and tumble in the water. A storm is by my side. My boat is in the ocean blue, riding high upon the tide. Fishing is the life for me. In my boat I ride. The winds begin to fill my sails. My bride, she waits for me. A pail of fish I'm bringing home, a good cook my wife she be. The show's ahead, I'm almost there. Into her arms I'll be. I sail upon an Irish sea. There's no other life for me. I launch my boat into the water and back home to she that loves me. My name ain't Captain Jack or Jamie. All my friends just call me Finny. I catch those fish aplenty. The gale winds are blowing. I'll be home before it's snowing. There ain't no better place for me than in the arms of my sweet Bonnie. It's a face that I dream about when I'm out upon the sea. I sail upon an Irish sea. There's no other life for me. I launch my boat into the water and back home to she that loves me. My name ain't Captain Jack or Jamie. All my friends just call me Finny. I catch those fish aplenty.
Our next poem is entitled Whose Streets by Joseph Seward Powell. Whose streets? You mean these streets? Where I see kids playing basketball in netless hoops, shirts versus skin, for hours on end until the sun goes down. Where ice cream trucks cut back and forth, blaring the only music that'll make you stop in your tracks to buy a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of respite. These streets, where we're trying to build community here, if you give us a chance, if we can catch us a break, we're trying to draw out dreams from occasional nightmares, making boys into men and girls into unhidden figures who will one day run the world. These streets, where the homeless guy on the corner selling contributor papers coexists with the single mother holding down 2 jobs to feed and clothe her grade school kids. These streets, where it's still taking a village to raise several children, where Reverend Jones of the Missionary Baptist Church and Father Michael from the Holy Name Catholic Church know everyone in the neighborhood by name, because that's what neighborhood means. These streets where reality meets imagination, and that's always a good thing. These streets of poets and teachers, rappers and athletes, children who are our future doctors and lawyers, businessmen and women, maybe even, no, not maybe, definitely, president. These streets, from Cheeto Town to Harlem, from Compton to Ferguson, from Detroit to North, South, and East Nashville, whose streets? His. Streets? Whose? Streets? Her streets. Whose streets? Her streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Our streets. Our streets.
Downy Chick by S.R. Lee. Chick. Once gone, now returning. Softer, wavy, chemo-stripped hair pokes from the scalp in tiny, tiny strands. Slowly it lengthens half an inch straight out. Head now like a downy chick. White, fussy, uncertain promise. Hair like a funny puppet dancing on the end of someone's hand. A small boy's summer haircut so his mom can check for ticks, like growing grass, sheep's wool, waving reeds, seaweed, healthy afro. Live with it. Each week, take a look. Downy chick, puppet, afro, white, fussy, growing. Thank you for watching Poets from the Neighborhood. We hope you'll join us again soon.